Okay, so now that we know that if you can't touch your toes, you probably shouldn't be doing something off the floor, meaning you shouldn't be pulling the bar off the floor, whether it's a deadlift, clean, snatch, whatever. Since we know that, let's talk about a few of the things that we can do as we're working on these. We're going to modify the movement just a little bit to keep you in the game while we're working on getting that position better, which will be in the next video and some of those after on how to actually do that. But in the meantime, how we modify that. A few things we're going to talk about are from the hang, from the rack, and from blocks. Okay, so first off, rack position pulls. This is probably better recommended for deadlift style stuff. Hangs doesn't really work out. There's too much movement with the barbell to trust where it's going to land with these uprights. But if you're working on rack pulls, you're going to set the bar, about knee height. You can go a little bit lower depending on. Usually, it kind of depends on the depth of your deadlift. If you can't get super close to your legs, then you probably shouldn't be any further down than your knees, right? If you can get maybe closer to your toes, you can go a little bit further down. Adjust to your ability, right? So if we're sitting here working on this rack pull, and we can see that our back maybe isn't in a solid position, that should tell us where our depth's going to be. Cool. So from here, we can just simply stand up and back down. I do recommend from the other side, I'm simply standing on this side to be able to show you so that you don't stare at my butt the whole time. But even here, you get them out to the edge of the J-hook. You can stand up. You can do some heavy rack pulls in that position. Next will be from the hang position. Same thing with the racks. You can adjust this position based on your ability. If you're super tight, probably don't need to work anywhere below the knee. If you're somewhat flexible in that position, you just can't quite get all the way down, work a little bit from that lower hang position. The beauty of this, and something we can get in on the next videos, is that going right to the edge of that ability is going to help you get into better position in the long run. If we are, let's say that we're super flexible here, meaning, more flexible, be able to touch the ground. But let's say if we can almost touch our toes. If we're working from up here the whole time, we're just reinforcing a shorter chain in the back. We need to stretch the chain a little bit by going below, close to near the end range. And then lastly is going to be from blocks. You can use anything for blocks. You can use your weights in the gym, in your house, your garage, whatever. If you have blocks, I don't have any here to specifically show that, but blocks work really well for Olympic lifts because you take away this upright without having to worry about that front to back and hitting it and stuff. It still works well for deadlifts. Again, got plenty of room to play there, but just know that you can set those up. Same things apply on the positioning. Go to your ability. So like on a day that it says, hey, you're going to do deadlifts today, right? Let's say the workout's 21, 15, 9, deadlifts and handstand push-ups, all right? But hey, today I can't touch my toes, right? And you warm up, still can't touch my toes. Probably not in your best interest to try and do deadlifts from the floor because your back's going to be in an unsafe position for 45 reps, may cause some problems down the road, may not happen then, but you might be super sore, could possibly injure yourself. So what do? Set them up on blocks and just work from a shorter position. But don't set them up so high that we're just like right here the whole time, because you don't need that. You need to be where you kind of know is almost to the in range. I hate to keep reinforcing that, but that's what you need to focus on. That's what a coach is there for. Hey, coach, here's my in range here, right? Where should I be sitting? Okay, maybe it's slightly below the knee. Cool. Try those out, especially if you're having back problems, if you have some knee problems, if you know you can't touch your toes from that simple test, give it a shot, see what you think. Next video, we'll start talking about how we can get into better positioning over time.